I used to think my life was a tragedy, but now I realize it's a comedy. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Watch Paint Dry with me. Grab your coffee, get a snack, and let's get started. If you haven't already figured it out, today we are painting the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. With Joker 2 Folie à Deux coming out this month, I could not resist doing a body paint on him. So we're starting out with an old eyeliner pencil, and I am drawing the features of the suit where I want them to be on my body. It looks like a hot mess right now, but I swear it's not going to be that way forever. For the suit jacket, I'm going in with the Madeyewlook body paints in the shade Cherry, and I'm just starting to fill in how far down I want the suit jacket to go. Now you will see me go back in later for a second layer just to make sure everything is a lot more opaque. The first layer you lay down is always a little bit streaky. You kind of have to build it up as you go. So once I'm satisfied with this first layer of the suit jacket, that's when I start to move on and paint the other features, and I'll come back to it. So next, for the vest, we're going in with another Madeyewlook body paint in the shade Sunflower. For this entire paint, I am looking at a reference photo of Joaquin Phoenix, not only for the features, but also to be able to color match my suit. My god, is that the Pirate King? I was actually cracking up at this part, wondering, is this body paint gonna take a turn in a different direction? For the dress shirt, I'm taking a mixture of two more Madeyewlook body paints in the shade Shamrock and Neptune. I'm mixing them together to make like a deep green teal color, because that's just the color of his shirt. It's not really green, it's not really blue, it's kind of both. And now I'm gonna go back in and top off my suit jacket, my vest, and my shirt with another layer of paint, and you'll start to see that it will come together. While we're here and you're watching paint dry, have you seen the new Joker movie? And if you have, what do you think of it? You would think that I would have seen that by now before I am recording this voiceover, but I haven't seen the second one yet. That's honestly so bad of me. I loved the first one. I think Joaquin Phoenix plays a damn good Joker, and I like that it was very dark and a lot more realistic. But I mean, I'm a sucker for the classics too. I like Heath Ledger, I like Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Jared Leto is alright. I feel like if you're a Joker fan, a DC fan, that's not really an era many people talk about. But I do like the makeup transitions a lot of people do for the Jared Leto Joker. I think those are cool. I thought his tattoos were cool. I mean, I'm not against that Joker. I painted him once. He's just not my favorite era of Joker, and let's just leave it that way. The suit is looking good. So we're gonna let that second layer dry down. I'm gonna glue down my brows with an Elmer's glue stick. It's gotta be the purple one. This, like every other makeup look I do, is very much a trust the process. I bet when you saw me lay down that first layer, you thought, girl, that looks like shit. What are you doing? Well, look at me now. Can you even see through that? Now we gotta prime. For the face, I used the Makeup Forever Redness Corrector Primer. I just wanted something moisturizing. For the eyes, I did Urban Decay Eye Primer Potion, one of my all-time faves. And then for the base of the face, I'm going in with the Mayron Cream Blend Sticks. These things are fantastic. I tried them for the first time when I did my Matatabi paint not that long ago, and I'm obsessed. These laid down great. And as you can see, I'm just blending that out with a foundation brush. I think you could use a sponge too. I just prefer a brush with cream paints like this. And you'll be so proud of me. I finally bought the correct setting powder. I just did not have it when I filmed this video. So here I am setting with my poor NYX pressed powder that's been through it, cracked all over the place. But you know, you do what you gotta do to get the job done. That was what I had. I'm still gonna finish that pan even though it's cracked. After I finish setting my entire face, then we're gonna go back on top of the cream paint, and I'm using a Mayron White water activated paint, and I'm going on and stippling it in with a brush just to give the face more texture and to also get into all the nooks and crannies. It is the Joker, so it's not like your makeup has to be super neat. Side note, I did get powder in my coffee. I was so pissed. I love a good coffee when I'm sitting down to paint. So for some shading, I'm dipping into my trusty dusty BH Cosmetics 120 color palette. This thing rocks. I bought it forever ago, and I always use it to shade, and I still have it. So I'm taking some red eyeshadows from the palette on a fluffy brush, and I'm just deepening different parts of the suit jacket where I can see through it a little bit, even with 2 layers of paint. But that's the beauty of the water activated paints. Once they dry down, you can use eyeshadow on top. Then I'm going in with an angled brush and black eyeshadow, going over those eyeliner pencil outlines I made, and I'm starting to make the little flaps. I don't know what it's called, the little flaps on the jacket. I'm taking that same angled brush and I'm dragging the black eyeshadow from the line I made out. You push harder at the line you made and lighten it up as you flick outward. This is going to act like it's casting a shadow onto our chest, and then I'm adding a shadow where the suit jacket would lie on top of the other clothes at the stitching from the sleeve to the main part. And then I'm kind of like pushing my arm into my body and filling in where wrinkles would naturally be in the clothing. That's another way to get your clothes to look more realistic. Add the wrinkles, because nobody wears perfectly ironed clothes, right? Even if they're perfectly ironed, there's still going to be wrinkles where they shape around your body. Then I'm going to shade on top of the shoulder, and then I'm going to go back into the BH Cosmetics palette with a yellow, and I'm going to start filling in the vest. So I started working from the outside in, and the thing too with all of this shading is that you can always go back and add more. I don't show me going back, but I did. I do a lot of back and forth when I do heavy shading looks like this, because if you add a little bit at a time, you can always add more, but if you add too much, you can't take away. So just go a little bit at a time, see how it looks, and you can always go back to it and add more. I am casting a shadow with the same dark black onto the dress shirt because the vest is lying on top of the dress shirt, so it would cast a shadow. Same way that I am adding a shadow from the back of the dress shirt to the front of my neck to add the illusion that it is curving around me, even though it's just paint. Then I'm going to go in with the dress shirt, same thing, fill it in with eyeshadows before I go in and shade the dress shirt next. Going over those eyeliner pencil lines, filling in the shirt collar, and then I'm going to use that same flicking motion. So push hard at your line and flick outward to cast a shadow, because where the collar is on the dress shirt, there's going to be a shadow underneath of that too. And the same thing with one side of your button shirt. There's going to be a shadow because one side is on top of the other. There's going to be a shadow where the collar comes around your neck, and then there's going to be a shadow where the shirt is lying on top of your neck. It's a lot of thinking, but here I was excited because it was finally starting to come together. But it really is a lot of thinking of like, okay, in real life, how does this look? What kind of, you know, like what kind of shadow does this lay down, and how deep of a shadow do you make to make it look real? I think the best way to get better at painting clothes is to paint clothes, even if they suck. I've painted many clothes in my day that have sucked, but also not only painting them and practicing, but look at a real reference photo of somebody wearing the kind of clothing you're trying to paint, and then just try to emulate that and just practice. Maybe not go all out and go big, but practice. Anyway, going back to what the heck I'm doing. Right now I'm taking the Mayron water activated body paint in black, and I'm gonna outline all of the lines that I made. I went back in with eyeshadow and made a line on the suit flap. I guess we're calling it a flap. I don't know, man. On the suit flap, and I made an extra line for stitching. And then I did the same thing on the vest. I made an extra line for the stitching because I saw in my reference photo that his suit had stitching like that, and I didn't make actual stitches. I just made a line. So again, there's always something you can do to improve. I'm also going over my wrinkles in the suit, and I'm also going over the lines I made on the collar of the suit jacket just to deepen everything and make it look like there's more shadows. Then I'm going in with an angled brush and my same cream blend stick in white, and I'm using that to highlight. And let me tell you, highlighting with this thing was gold. It blended like a dream. It was so smooth. So I'm highlighting that little area between the stitching and the end of the suit flap because that would pop. I guess think about like where there's a shadow, there is a highlight nearby. And think about when you're looking at clothes, what pieces are going to sit the highest. So the suit flaps, the edges of the suit where it's overlying your dress shirt and your vest, the fronts of things, the tops of things. So I'm highlighting the front of the shirt collar to make it look like it stands out above the shadows I cast beneath it. Highlighting the one side of the dress shirt where, you know, the top layer is, where the buttons are. Highlighting the top of the suit jacket, and then I had random ones here and there. I'm also going in right now with the water activated body paint from Mayron in white just to add more intense highlights, ones that are deeper, and then I just paint on the buttons with the same white. Now after that whole spiel, say highlight 5 times fast. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Moving on to the face makeup. I'm taking the same water activated paint from Madeyewlook, the Neptune shade, and I'm making the triangles above and below the eyes. If you follow a reference photo of Joaquin Phoenix, you'll see that one side has a like shorter, fatter triangle and the other side has a taller, skinnier triangle. So that is what I tried to replicate on my own face. The triangles also end at the top where his eyebrows are. So put them over your eyebrows. The ones on the bottom go all the way up to the lash line. By end, I mean the flat end, not the pointy end, by the way. I'm taking the same red body paint to fill in the mouth, and the mouth is similar to the eyes. One side goes up, the other side goes out. So I did my best to follow the reference photo, and then I'm just filling in with that same paint on my nose, the shape of his nose in my reference photo. Don't forget them brows. Brows on fleek, girl. Don't forget them. Yeah, baby, it's coming together. I was so excited. So next I'm doing the same thing I did with the suit. I am filling in the features I painted on the face with different eyeshadows from my BH Cosmetics palette just to deepen the color and make it look a little bit less translucent. If you want to make your Joker look a little bit more messy, here is where you could drag around the spots you painted with eyeshadow just to make it look a little more grunge, a little more messy. But also if you're going for a Joker look, I would recommend contouring your face. How the fuck did I forget to do that? I don't know. I was thinking about how in the movie he literally just puts the makeup on, not he contours his face, because he doesn't. But if you want to look more like Joaquin Phoenix, I would recommend contouring your face with like a gray shade. And don't forget to make your hair green. I did not have hairspray, so body paint it is. And here is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. All in all, this paint took me probably 2.5 hours, which is actually pretty quick for me. Let me know in the comments down below who's your favorite Joker, and have you seen the new Joker movie? What'd you think about it? If you like this video, make sure you come back because there will be more like it. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!